Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to Friday. It is August 12th, and I think early elections started yesterday here in Highlands County. So now's an opportunity to get out and do your civic duty and vote at the polls. Hey, with that, though, we're getting ready to talk to Scotty here in just a few minutes as Dave is out hitting the golf ball this morning and with the tournament. And so enjoying his time off a little bit this morning. You know, yesterday was, well, it wasn't too bad of a day, I don't think, when we look at the overall. Well, maybe it's kind of a mixed bag, right? Pretty even across the board. We'll talk about what could be coming up later. And we got a few things coming economically, few jobs report, a few investment company jobs coming in. And we will go from there when Scotty joins us just a few seconds. Hey, before we do that, though, let's not forget that in this world we live in, there is a lot of things that you and I cannot control. However, when it comes to our retirement, there are a few things that you can control. And the number one thing is how much risk do you have in your portfolio? What I find is that most people don't know what amount of risk they have in their portfolio, and they don't know how much risk they should have in their portfolio. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to walk through our core retirement design, where we'll help you design the retirement you always dreamed of. With that, we've got Scotty going to have a conversation next.
But it's time to face the truth. I will never be with you.
105.7 The Highlands Light FM. There's James Blunton. You're beautiful. Yes, you are. Gabby Barrett will be along in a jiffy. It's 8:38, but Phillip's on the line. Let's ride out to downtown Sebring to Statler Financial Services. Good morning, Phillip. How we doing?
Hey, good morning, Scotty. Hey, doing well today. It is Friday, and Fridays are always good, you know, because the weekend's coming up, and I know you're excited because that means, hey, you don't have to get up quite so early tomorrow morning, right?
You know, I hadn't thought of that, actually, Phillip. Yeah, sure I hadn't. But no, you're right. Looking forward to the weekend, and always do.
All right, man. Well, hopefully Dave's hitting them straight today and enjoying his day at the golf course. But hey, you know, it is yesterday was, well, you know, it was a lackluster day, nothing to get excited about. It's one of those days that Dave would call a kissing your sister day because it was pretty much flat. The S&P down $3, the Dow up $27. The only thing that got a big hit was NASDAQ down about 0.6% or about $75. So, but not big moves. Either way, we're actually, if things work out today and we end up on a decent note today, it'll actually be the fourth week in a row that we've seen the indexes end on a positive note for the week. So we've had 4 weeks of increases, which would be good news for the market.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Good.
So we did have some economic news come out this morning. Just one thing that came out, and that's the import prices. You know, yesterday we talked about producer price index. The day before that, on Wednesday, we talked about the consumer price index. Now we're at the import prices. Import prices were expected to go down 1%. They actually went down 1.4%. So again, some more good news when it comes to pricing. And that was a lot better than last month when it was actually up 0.2%. So the economic front is getting better. It's not great yet, but it's moving in the right direction, Scotty, as we look at that, which is having people start to talk about, well, what's the Fed going to do with interest rates? You know, what's happening? Are they going to ease up this next September when rates come out? And the bad news is no, they're not. They want to see inflation down more than what it is right now. And to do that, they're going to be continue to raise interest rates. So we're still expecting that when they meet in September, that we're going to get a 0.75% increase in interest rates, which will then put more pressure on inflation to reduce because prices will go up, corporations will be
Right.
making less, have more expenses. So it could put some pressure on the markets again when that happens. So on the economic front, it is good news. It's one of those bad news is good news. Prices are down, which is good news for all of us. And that's good news when it comes to inflation as well. The other thing we talk about, I think we talked a little bit about yesterday, is gas prices, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. One of everybody's favorite topics, gas prices. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, gas prices yesterday, we talked about a little bit, had actually fallen nationwide to below $4 a gallon on average. And I noticed driving in this morning that the little convenience store by my house was down another 10 cents a gallon today. So everybody's asking me what's causing the gas prices to come down? Well, it's one of those things, higher prices. That sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? What's bringing prices down are higher prices. It's because oil is a supply and demand commodity, right? So if demand's high, they're going to get the best price they can for it while everybody's using it. If demand falls off, well, they got to lower the price so that you get out there and spend more money and buy more product. And so the whole thing of rising prices has actually worked to bring pricing down some. Sure. The other thing I think people have to realize when it comes to oil prices and gas prices, that oil, the oil function of gas prices is between 50 and 60%. So on that gallon of gasoline, only about half of it, maybe a little bit more than half of it, is because of oil prices. The rest of it's manufacturing cost, taxes. Taxes are huge in the gas cost. So the other thing that's brought the national average down, and we haven't seen it here in Florida yet, because I think our governor suspended the gas tax, I think in October, if I'm not mistaken. And so what we're seeing now is there are some other states, though, that have suspended their gas tax now in the summertime. And so that's brought prices down. So there's a lot of different things when it comes to gasoline that brings that price down. But reading a couple articles over the night, and they said, don't get too used to it, because, they expect that the prices will start to go back up on the gasoline as demand picks up. So it's just one of those double-edged swords, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
But that kind of answers everybody's question when it comes to gas. That's been my big question this last week, is why? Why are gas prices going down? And so hopefully that answers it a little bit. We do have a few earnings, not many, but we have a few on this Friday. The one of them that I'm familiar with, just because I think my wife gets one every month or two, a box from the Honest Company. What a name to have, right? So
yeah, it is. That's a great name.
Yeah, great name to have. So, but they're one of the they produce a lot of natural products, and so they actually had a wider than expected quarterly loss, and they even pushed it out even further than that, Scotty. They said, "Look, this year our loss is going to be wider than we expected." Because of cost pressures, inflation, those type of things. But they expect improvements as this year goes along, and they actually expect to have a positive adjusted earnings in the fourth quarter, still be negative for the year. Well, there was enough good news in that report that they're trading up today about 2.8%. Now, they're not an expensive stock, Scotty. They closed yesterday at $3.84 a share.
Okay. Yeah,
So
my kind of stock. Yeah. All right.
That's right. You can go out and buy some of that.
I can buy some of that. Yeah.
Hey, another company, I've never heard of this company, but it intrigued me. The name of it's Toast.
Really?
Yep, Toast.
Okay.
And so I was trying to figure, okay, what does Toast do? Well, Toast is a payment technology for restaurants. And so they came out and they raised their full year earnings outlook, even though they reported a loss this year or this last quarter. That loss was less than expected, so that was good. They've seen a record number of new locations that are adding their technology to the platform, and so they're getting a huge bump today. They're up 13.6% this morning.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, nice little bump for them. Another one, I don't know if you've heard of this one, but I know that I know some folks that hit this website occasionally. Poshmark.
Uh-huh.
Poshmark is, they're a online retailer, fashion, clothes, that kind of stuff. They issued weaker revenue guidance than expected for the current quarter. They had a loss for the quarter that they say is because of increased marketing costs. They're having to spend more money on marketing. They're trading down 1.4% this morning. I think I got two more for you, Scotty.
All right.
Now this one, you need a subscription to this, Scotty.
Okay. Okay.
Wheels Up.
Wheels Up. Oh,
Yep,
like
I think
that.
you should get one of those. It's
good
it's
to
a
me.
private jet company. You can jet all over the world with them.
That's it. Yeah, let's go.
But they had a better than expected quarterly revenue, although that had a little wider than expected loss on earnings. But they saw 16% jump in active users that are actually using that service. They're trading up almost 2% this morning.
Okay.
Again, it's not a high price stock. Okay. It closed yesterday at $2.55.
Okay. Well, load up on Wheels Up and Toast. Okay.
That's right, man. Hey, the last one I have for you this morning, LegalZoom.
Okay. Heard of that one.
Yep. You've heard of that one. They provide online legal forms. They had better than expected quarterly earnings this quarter, and that's helping them substantially today. They're up almost 7% this morning before we get trading. So that's kind of where we're sitting on the earnings side of things. We do see the futures are heading up this morning. Again, another good looking day. But remember, that's what happened yesterday, right? The futures were looking good.
Right.
And we ended
Exactly.
up today with a mixed bag. So the start of the day doesn't mean that's how we're going to end, but it is looking bright for the start. The Dow is up a little over 0.4%. The S&P 500 up 0.5%. The NASDAQ 100 up a little over 0.5%. The Russell 2000 up 0.25%. On the commodity side, we see silver and gold up. Silver's up 0.33%. Actually, gold just went flat. Crude oil is heading down this morning. Scotty, down 1.6% from its close last night. It's at $92.81 a barrel right now.
Okay.
So we're
very good.
Looking good in that segment. Hey, don't forget, folks, if you are getting close to retirement, 5 years or more, especially, then the amount of risk you have in your current portfolio is important to know. That's why we developed the Core Retirement Design. Give us a call, 382-0037 to schedule your Core Retirement Design phone consultation. We'll help you design the retirement you always dreamed of. And then join us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730, 95.3 FM.
Outstanding. Always enjoy our time together, Phillip. All the best to you and your family. Have a good weekend.
All right, man. You have a great weekend. I'll be out the first of next week. Dave will be here by himself. I got to go do some training up in the Midwest, and so I'll be back with everybody on Thursday.
Super duper. Thank you so much, Phillip, with Statler Financial Services in Sebring.
Folks, again, I want to thank you for joining us. I hope that if you got kiddos going back to school, that they've had a good week. I hope that you have a great weekend. I know I'll be out a little bit the first of next week, but looking forward to our conversation next Thursday. Hey, until then, have a great one.